when two of the most advanced aircraft in the world collide on the same runway. In plain sight, narrator powers, quote incoming. An investigator once said, "There is never ever just one cause. There are multiple moving parts in this." Narrator resumed 583 lives lost in a single moment, the deadliest aviation disaster in history. A single misunderstood word over a radio that changed everything, and a highly respected captain making a decision that still puzzles experts today. Today, we uncover how confusion, pressure, and a chain of small decisions led to an unimaginable catastrophe. To understand how this could happen, we need to go back to the moment everything started to go wrong. It is March 27, 1977, on the Spanish island of Tenerife, in the Canary Islands. Two Boeing 747 passenger jets sit on the ground, KLM Flight 4805 and Pan Am Flight 1736. Neither aircraft was supposed to be here. Both flights had been diverted after a security incident forced the closure of their intended destination, Gran Canaria Airport. Suddenly, a small regional airport was overwhelmed. Dozens of large aircraft, limited space, no room to operate normally. What should have been a routine stop quickly turned into a complex logistical challenge. Now, this is based on publicly available information and is presented here purely for educational awareness. But the real trouble began when this already crowded airport was pushed beyond its limits. Picture this: a quiet regional airport suddenly handling traffic it was never designed for. Los Rodeos Airport had only one runway and one main taxiway, but now, that taxiway was filled with parked aircraft, so a temporary solution was introduced. Planes would taxi directly on the runway itself. Already, this was far from normal operations. Inside the control tower, air traffic controllers were managing an unusually high workload. On the ground, pilots were dealing with long delays after hours of flying. Fatigue began to build. Frustration quietly followed, and then came another critical decision. The KLM aircraft chose to refuel at Tenerife, a move that would delay its departure even further. But more importantly, it blocked the Pan Am aircraft from moving toward the runway. A simple delay, but one with growing consequences. Passengers waited, crews waited, time slipped away, and then the environment changed. A thick fog began to roll across the airport. Visibility dropped, slowly at first, then dramatically. Within minutes, pilots could barely see ahead. Controllers could no longer visually track aircraft from the tower. At this point, everything depended on communication. No visual confirmation, no ground radar, only voices over a radio. Multiple small disruptions, now stacking together. And as visibility dropped, communication became the only thing holding everything together. Have you ever wondered how a single word can change the course of events? At Tenerife, communication became the weakest link. The air traffic controllers were Spanish, speaking aviation English. The pilots were Dutch and American, different accents, different interpretations. And in aviation, clarity is everything. The Pan Am aircraft was instructed to exit the runway at the third taxiway. But there was a problem. That exit required extremely sharp turns, nearly impossible for a large Boeing 747 to handle smoothly. So the crew continued forward, aiming for a more practical exit. Meanwhile, the KLM aircraft had reached the end of the runway and turned into position. Now came the most critical moment. The KLM crew received instructions for their route after departure. But within that communication, the word takeoff was used, not as clearance, but as part of the route instructions. Still, it sounded convincing. Then came a phrase from the cockpit: "We are now at takeoff." But what did that mean? Were they ready for takeoff, or were they beginning it? Even the controller's response added confusion. He replied with a simple, "Okay." In that moment, interpretation replaced certainty, and then, something even more critical happened. Two transmissions occurred at the exact same time. The controller instructed the KLM aircraft to wait. At that same moment, the Pan Am crew reported they were still on the runway. The signals overlapped in the KLM cockpit. All that was heard was a brief noise and one word, "Okay." The rest, completely lost. No warning, no correction, a communication breakdown at the worst possible time. But communication alone doesn't explain everything, because one decision changed the outcome entirely. What happens when experience meets pressure? The captain of the KLM aircraft was not inexperienced. In fact, he was one of the airline's most respected figures, a senior instructor, a leader, someone others looked up to. But even the most experienced individuals are still human. And that day, pressure was building. The crew was approaching their maximum allowed duty hours. If they exceeded it, the flight would be delayed significantly. That meant logistical complications. Passengers stranded, schedules disrupted, time was running out. And in that environment, the captain made a critical decision. He began the takeoff roll without explicit clearance. Inside the cockpit, there were moments of hesitation. The flight engineer questioned whether the runway was clear, but the captain responded with confidence. And that confidence carried weight. In aviation at the time, the captain's authority was rarely challenged. This dynamic, known today as authority gradient, played a subtle but powerful role. Now, here is something most people never hear about. The captain had spent recent months training pilots in simulators. In that environment, he controlled everything. There was no real-time air traffic control interaction. Over time, this can influence how decisions are made. And in this case, it may have contributed to a critical assumption that everything was clear, that everything was ready, but it wasn't. And in that moment, when assumptions replaced certainty, the outcome became unavoidable. Picture this moment. Dasik fog covers the runway. The Pan Am aircraft is still taxiing, trying to exit. Suddenly, through the fog, lights appear ahead. The KLM aircraft is accelerating, fast, very fast. The Pan Am crew reacts immediately. They attempt to turn away. At the same time, the KLM aircraft tries to lift off early. For a brief moment, it almost works, but not enough. The two aircraft collide. The impact severely damages both planes. What follows is a scene of chaos and confusion. Only 61 people from the Pan Am aircraft survive. On the KLM aircraft, there are no survivors. In total, 583 lives are lost. It becomes the deadliest aviation disaster in history. In the hours that follow, investigators arrive from multiple countries. They begin searching for answers. Black boxes are recovered. Voice recordings are analyzed, and slowly, the picture becomes clearer. But what investigators discovered afterward would reshape aviation safety forever. In the end, there was no single cause. Instead, it was a chain of events: miscommunication, human judgment, environmental conditions. Each one on its own might not have led to disaster, but together they did. The impact of this event changed aviation forever. Standardized communication protocols were introduced. Clear, unambiguous language became mandatory. And perhaps most importantly, a new concept emerged: crew resource management, a system where every voice in the cockpit matters, where questioning is encouraged, where teamwork replaces hierarchy, because even the most experienced professionals can make mistakes, and systems must exist to catch those mistakes before they escalate. The lessons learned here continue to shape aviation safety to this day. History does not repeat itself, but it does rhyme, and understanding that rhythm is the first step to understanding our world.